To the 12 tribes of Jaja children scattered abroad, in the name of the Most High Jehovah our Creator, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who rules the world, and all I'm pitting them was scattered all over the islands where you say I'm gonna gather we up from the islands of the sea. This is Lily of the Valley. Greeting to all of you. Alright, this is about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one of the Caribbean countries that is in CARICOM. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a twin island, and you know we got more islands than we can count. This is a story in the Gleaner, Kingston. St. Vincent and the Grenadines elected to United Nations Security Council. Well, Caribbean people do not get too comfortable in a Babylon, because Marcus Garvey done telling us, say, the United Nations is one of them places there, run by Babylon, run by Rome, one you need to avoid. But, in any case, Vincent and the Grenadines elected to UN Security Council. Alright, so remember a lot of Roman things where them do, we not do. We are not warmonger like some of these people, so maybe it's good that you're on this board so you can help stop some of the war them where them people that fight every day against people when I do them no wrong. We the Christians have to defend ourselves. That's how come we end up in the West, because we had to defend ourselves. Our forefathers came from the Holy Lands. We had to defend ourselves all the time so we could live and worship our Creator in spirit and in truth. That's how come we're in all of these Americas from the beginning of time till now. So the story say Kingston, St. Vincent, them have a capital close to Kingston, Jamaica, because of course we descend from the apostles and the saints and the royalty that you rule Europe and the world as part of the Commonwealth of the children of Israel, which is why they're part also of the Caribbean common market. So St. Vincent, of course, we have a lot of saint names and we have a lot of parish names. St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Friday became the smallest country to be elected to the United Nations Security Council. The country's candidacy for the Security Council for the term 2020 to 2022 received 185 votes after a 10-year campaign. The multi-island nation of 110,000 people said its bid was grounded in our respect for sovereignty, diversity of views, dialogue, and peace and development. We are committed to the bedrock of the foundations of the UN Charter, namely sovereign equality, non-interference and non-intervention in domestic affairs, and collective cooperation in solving global problems, the Office of the Prime Minister said in a statement. The council composes 15 members. There are 5 permanent members: China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, and the United States. Those are part of the Roman Empire, the revived Roman Empire. And then there are 10 non-permanent members elected for 2-year terms by the General Assembly. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been elected as a non-permanent member. St. Vincent said its international agenda for corrective action includes tackling terrorism, whether state-sponsored or not, stemming the spread of weapons of mass destruction, dealing seriously with human trafficking, and taking a stand against illegal drugs and small arms. St. Vincent first announced its candidacy a decade ago when it initially withdrew its bid after some members of the 15-member regional bloc CARICOM indicated that they had pledged their support to another nation. So whenever we have CARICOM, we support our own. And if people think we're just third world country and we have no might and no power, we have a 15-member bloc. And that's just one bloc. You understand? Of Negroes who rule themselves and have them own countries to govern, so we can mind we own business and stay out of people business. See, we are declare war upon nobody, but definitely we will defend ourselves, okay? If we don't think we don't have no army and no military to, oh, you little small islands, in Revelation, the Most High says, they say you are poor, but you are rich, because all that riches that comes with Christ's kingdom in the book of Revelation. And the next kingdom that comes is going to be ruled by Jacob's children. And Negroes are descendants of the children of Israel through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to whom the promises of everlasting rulership were given. The Most High also said, wherever the sole of our feet shall tread, we'll possess the land. That's why you see Negroes are in every country just about on the planet. So the statement said small size is no impediment to impactful contributions on the world stage. And of course, islanders have proven that time and time again. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has played a leadership role in the UN's post-financial crisis response, in revitalization of the General Assembly, in Security Council reform, in advancing the law of the sea, in small arms control, in ambitious measures to combat climate change. Well, we want to call climate change is Bible prophecy. See the book of Enoch. Everything when prophesy, that I go on now. In the global response to the non-communicable diseases, and in pushing the agenda for reparations for native genocide and African slavery. So yeah, everybody will participate in the slavery, the Hebrews, the Negroes, una go pay. Whether you like it or not, una go pay. Study Psalm 83 very carefully and identify on yourselves. Una can offer what kind of recompense you want to give the Most High children and see if the Most High will accept it. If you not offer a recompense, the Most High will exact the recompense. I want to see what happen when him recompense him picking them. You just have to read the story of ancient Egypt. We not left Egypt empty-handed. We not left Babylon Egypt empty-handed. We not leave Mystery Babylon empty-handed neither, because we are Jaja children. So yeah, the reparations fight, we see that happening now in many countries. Is just how much you not go pay and when. Whether you like it or not, you not go pay. Alright? Most recently, St. Vincent chaired the Administrative and Budgetary Committee of the United Nations and currently serves as the President of the Economic and Social Council. So yeah, if you want more information about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you can go to their website. Their government website is www.gov.vc, and then there's also CIA World Factbook on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a Carib Indians aggressively prevented European settlement on St. Vincent and the Grenadines until the 18th century. Enslaved Africans, whether shipwrecked or escaped from Barbados, St. Lucia, and Grenada, and seeked refuge in the mainland, St. Vincent, or Heoruna, as it was originally named by the Caribs, intermarried with the Caribs and became known as Garifuna or Black Caribs. So, slavery was abolished in 1834 there. It passed through various stages of colonialism. Under the British, became a crown colony. Well, the British Empire, if you don't know, that was the original Hebrew Empire. It also shows up in the Scottish Declaration of Independence. When we came into a lot of these lands, the Hebrews were ruling under the British Empire before the Caucasians took it over. That's why you see a lot of laws in these countries of the West and was in the East too that are based on the scriptures, like homosexuality was not legal, sodomy, buggery, witchcraft, things like that have always been illegal in the countries where the Hebrews ruled, because we base our lands according to the laws of the scripture, not according to the laws of Rome and Sodom and Egypt and Gomorrah and Babylon, which more like those liberal free kind of stuff. So that's why you see a lot of our countries to this day in Africa, the Caribbean, they don't like things that go against the scripture. So Caribbean Islands, it's located between the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean, north of Trinidad and Tobago. It's a very tiny island. Okay. So, politics, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a parliamentary democracy within the Commonwealth of Nations. So, a lot of our countries are now following Grecian style government, but our countries are theocracies, really, because that's the form of government the Most High gave us to use with Christ as the head. So now they gone into democracy, this year communism, Marxism. All of these things are man-made government styles that our countries have adopted. And when we go back to being a theocracy and train our children in righteousness and follow what the laws of the scriptures are, then we'll have better countries. Okay. The country has no formal armed forces, though the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines police force includes a service unit. For those who think y'all can think we don't have an armed forces, we're protected by the Most High. 4 archangels, one at each corner of the globe or earth. And if you want to know what full military look like, is in the book of Revelation, because Christ is the head of the children of Israel. We are one nation under Christ. So he's gonna fight, like how David fight, Solomon fight. Solomon didn't fight. Saul, David. We have conquerors. When Christ came last to introduce himself as king to join the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, he's gonna come again to fight all the enemies of the children of Israel, most of whom are listed in Psalm 83. So if we don't think we don't have no military because we are like island people, think again. Alright? We're very good at praying, and a couple well-played psalms can bring down any jumbo jet or any fighter jet or any nuclear weapon or any nuclear power, because the children of Israel don't need weapons to fight. We need righteousness and prayers to fight. So the population is 118,432, and life expectancy 74.34 years for the males, and females 76.31, which is pretty good compared to some of the rates worldwide. Ethnic group 66% black, mixed 19%, East Indian 6%, European 4%, Carib Indians 2%, other 3%. Religions Anglican, Methodist, Roman Catholic. Others include Hindu, Seventh-day Adventist, and Protestant, 12%. So it's Christian, is like a Christian, 90% Christians, 47, 90 something percent, 80 to 90% Christians. Because the West was conquered for Christ, and the East too, but the East got taken over by pagans and the religion of Arabia, the Kaaba stone worshippers. So we have had to be fighting to keep our countries righteous to this day. But you see these things, when you see they creeping in, like Hinduism, come with a lot of things like palm reader, paganism, and those are some of the things, like when they say a little leaven, that's like the little leaven that gets introduced, and then people start being unrighteous. So we got to watch these things in our lands. And we see it all over the islands, all over Jamaica, and so on. So I think they have pretty good literacy rate. Judicial branch, Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, based in St. Lucia. One judge of the Supreme Court resides in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah, so they have the same culture as the other Caribbean islands. And purchasing power parity 1.042 billion. Per capita $9,800. Okay, unemployment rate 15%. So it's a no population below the poverty line not applicable. No poor people not down there. That's good. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines, now a part of the United Nations Security Council. It's the smallest nation to ever hold that post. So them say, we little but we talawa. All right. And they do have pretty good literacy rate too. So we're basically first world islands. We just not very materialistic. All right. So with that, we say that's the news for today. Coming out of the Caribbean, St. Vincent and the Grenadines elected to United Nations Security Council. With that, I say shalom. Like, share, subscribe, and peace to you and your household, to all the children of Israel scattered abroad, and to all the believers in Jesus Christ of Nazareth, our King, who rules the world. Shalom.